And if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, and I'll never do it again, and when I come to visit you, I'm sure you'll beat the living crap out of me. See ya. I've arrived now. I've just parked up at the side of the building, and I'm just about to walk round the front to go inside. Wish me luck. Here I go. So it was my first day in the job yesterday, and guess what happens? Somebody had to go and die, and they had a funeral. There was a funeral in the restaurant, and I had to deal with a funeral on my first day. Okay, so I just want to mention that because, you know, there was a funeral obviously, and they hadn't been to the graveyard yet. So the person had a heart attack at home, so the body had to go to the hospital to have an autopsy to find out why the guy had passed away. So they kind of had this mourning at the restaurant before the funeral. And there was one woman who was in my direct line of vision from the bar who spent the first 10 minutes like this. And after that first 10 minutes, she completely was conducting the table. Her arms were all over the place, talking about this and talking about that, and it was just strange that she was either mourning or she wasn't mourning, or she was having a great time. Strange. Let's see how today goes. I was a bit poorly last night. I sprinkled all into the bin. Oh, I was poorly. You know, we had this funeral, my first day of work. The funeral finished, and the men who were digging the grave, go back to my video about digging the grave. The men who were digging the grave brought their own alcohol, and they left some of the homemade alcohol, and the owner of the restaurant said to me that this was mine, and in that restaurant the barman always gets the leftover alcohol. So it came to the restaurant in a litre beer bottle, but it's homemade, let's call it whiskey, brandy, schnapps. So it's homemade, but I didn't know that this was quite a strong one. And so last night I had a couple of glasses mixed with Diet Coke, and I think what maybe I've done is that I've drank it a little bit too fast, and by the time I went to bed I fell asleep, woke up during the morning, and sprinkles! Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, I sprinkled all over the bin. I've got a bin outside the bedroom, I just ran for that, threw the top off the bin, and wham! In it goes. The good thing is that we always have a plastic bag inside the bin. So that was my epic night. But the good thing is I caught up on some sleep because I took the missus to work at 9 o'clock. She has to start work at 9. So there's a little sprinkle. So she starts work at 9 o'clock. And when I took her to work, I came back home, lay in bed for an hour, maybe an hour and a half, trying to fall asleep, couldn't do, and all I could hear was McBride's Daughters, if that's what it's called, somebody's daughters, on Discovery, on the Hallmark channel. So, anyway, I got at least a good hour's sleep, and I feel great now. So I'm working currently 12 hours a day, 12 hours and not 16. Go up to 16 very soon. But at this moment in time, there's not enough customers to support the 16 hours that we will be doing. So I think that's all for now.